Yeah,
Oh, yes.
has a seal.
Yeah, each role has a seal. So
I
here,
like that.
yeah, so there's the membership role, delegation role, voting role, which are part of the system as the user role. And you have the operational role, which is the head of security, and the orchestrator role. But each here, if you start it from the beginning, each steps includes the respective role that can do it, that is involved into that step. So for example, here we generate the keys from mnemonic. It involves the membership, the delegation, and the voting role. And if you just go down there, I could play my funny, uh, aristocrat accent. Oh wait,
Hmm.
let me just. Where's that? Uh, okay, I gotta do this.
Yeah, what you just showed me makes it easier on the mind.
Show my own camera and video participant. Oh man, they updated it. And I'm confused. I want to take this off. I don't need to see it. More options. Show my screen shared. There you go. Okay. Awesome. Mm, all right. I'll just put my face over there. Okay, let's go back. There you go. Yes, so I don't know if you saw it, the the aristocrat character. Have you ever seen it? Like I did.
That guy.
Yeah, I did a presentation where I was like doing this fictional uh, French pretentious character from from the 18th century. So I was
Right.
wearing a powered wig and the suit. So
Yeah.
like,
I saw that suit, man.
there's a video on that, and I did a presentation that I called "What If," where I was disguised like this, and I was just pushing my French accent, like, "Oh, we shouldn't explain that to the commoners because they are filthy and disgusting, and I don't usually interact with them." I was speaking like this the whole presentation. And so I made this infographic with that kind of fictional touch, so at least it would be funny to read it, because the first step for the credential manager here is to generate the keys from mnemonic, right? So if I use my voice and I go ahead and read it, my dear friend, pray attend with care, for what follow is not for vulgar or the uninitiated. You shall first appoint but two essential variables, a name here, by which your credentials shall be recognized, and a role. With this declaration duly made, you may proceed to generate the Cardano keys, which, once refined into proper Shelley keys, shall empower you to act with the poise and legitimacy befitting a constitutional committee member. I'm sorry. A station far above the wretched common throng, whose feeble minds seldom rise beyond the most trivial curiosity. so, so it's literally the command. So you're setting here two variables, and now from the CLI, what you can do, you can generate keys from mnemonic, and that wasn't we weren't able to do that before. So now we can generate a mnemonic, and from that mnemonic, we run another command to generate our extended key from that mnemonic, and then you grab the secret key from that extended key, because we will toss away the BIP32 part of that key because it doesn't work with the credential management tool. And then we just convert them into normal keys, which will act as your credential if you are a membership, a delegation, or a voter role. So depending on the role, or you could have
Oh.
one for each. So it involves like one of these three. And the process for each of these roles is the exact same. So that doesn't change. If I'm the membership, if I have the role, the membership role in my consortium, I run these commands. Same for delegation, same for voting role. You just run these commands. And for instance, I could play more than one role. I could be a membership. I could also be a voter, right? So I would just generate a new
Hmm.
set of key using the same commands, and just by modifying the variable here of role to something else like voter, because the variables here, all they do is that they give the name to your key, as you can see here. So it's always your name, your role, and the extension of your key. So you know what purpose your key has. So for example, Bob membership dot skey. Okay, so that's my membership keys. And Bob voting dot skey is your voting keys. So that's what these commands are for.
From the same mnemonic, yeah. From the
Not
same mnemonic, right?
could be from the same mnemonic. It could be, but it's
Could
not.
be, yeah.
Yes, you can, but it's not a great idea because on chain you will see the hash from those verification key, and if you see that the membership role has the same hash than the voting role, you will know that that person is using the same keys for both roles. Can you do it? Yes, but
Right.
it's not a great idea. It's always better to have separate keys for each role. It's a good practice.
Okay. But for CentroNet, it's okay.
For CentroNet, we don't care. It could be anything. Yeah. So it's literally that. It's just an easy step by step that I can explain here. You have the how to make a certificate signing request. So again, if you read the letter, my dear friend, I am well aware that at first glance this elaborate tapestry of code may strike you as excessive, even bordering on the extravagance. Yet I assure you that such intricacy is not born of vanity but of necessity. Only through this careful construction may one derive the proper keys in a form that OpenSSL itself can recognize, thereby allowing the esteemed certificate signing request to be fashioned. That's what we will do. Um, It is, after all, the indispensable step by which you may present yourself with due legitimacy and as one of the three most distinguished roles: the membership, the delegation, and the voting role. Thus prepare, I now commend to your eyes the very code that shall confer such distinction. And it is signed ever faithfully, Sir Mike Ornan, Custodial of Certainty. Anyway,
Nice.
so you're literally in that command using your private key, and you convert them into its equivalent for OpenSSL, literally. So you could just grab it all, copy paste, and it's going to do it for you. And here is the command to create your certificate signing request. It's an OpenSSL command, which will again use the variables that we've set in the previous step, which are still there. So yeah, and then it creates the certificate signing request that you will fill. I didn't show that, right? Because technically by running the command, it's going to ask you some questions like your country of origin, Canada, the country, not the country, the city, Quebec, name, Mike Hornan, uh, like the name of your organization, Cardano Atlantic Console, an email address, that kind of stuff. So that's what you're going to do to make your certificate.
Okay.
But anyway, I don't want to go through it all because that's not what we're supposed to do
Yep.
today. It's just something funny. Anyway, it's just a step by step. But at the end of it, at the very end of it, you should be able to vote. So it's just the vote as constitutional committee. And once you're done with that, you know everything there is to know about the credential management tool and how to be as a group in a safe way part of the constitutional committee.
Woo, nice. Yeah, I want to get polished.
Yeah, we're probably gonna do that very soon, actually. I just need to assemble some people, but for now, that's not what I want to do with you. Um, Let me just log in. Have you seen? I'm gonna just put it there. GitHub.com. It was /Hornan7. I don't know if you've seen this. This here, the CentralNet tutorial repository. Let me know
I've
if you've
probably
seen it
seen that
before.
before. Yeah, I think I've seen that before. Pretty sure.
So I made sure what what's going on with this. Come on, just put that in there. Yeah, so I made sure it was like a straightforward, very simple way to do everything you want to do with our blockchain. So if you want to create a stake pool, you want to spin up a node, you want to do anything, you can do it through there. And I'm going to give you an example. Oh, it's running, so that means that the database must be done. Okay, and what should we do? So I want to spin up an environment. So I'll just start with the beginning here. Initial environment configuration. All right, I'll click on it. So now I have no files, right? So normally this is empty. Now I have this, but that's like useless crap for now. Normally your environment is empty. So what do? We create the files for your node socket. We just create the file3, press enter. So you just copy, paste. Every steps of the way is just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. So we
That's what we
create,
like here.
yep. So we created file3 and where it gets us into the central source directory. So we have that already made. They're all empty. There's nothing yet in there. So what we will do, we will get the latest release of the node binary. So again, it's step 2. I just copy pasted, clear to make it pretty. And now I have this file. Okay. Step 3, we will extract it and move the Cardano CLI and the Cardano node binary so we can use them globally. And this is what the command does. So I just copy, paste, and it extracts it. There
That's
you
so you
go.
can do all the different commands, right?
Yes, exactly. So now I have access to the Cardano CLI. For example, if I do Cardano CLI dash dash version, it works. And the Cardano dash node dash dash version, I have the Cardano node version 10.5.1. It's ready to use. Well, almost ready to use. I don't have no config files, but at least I have the node binary and the CLI binaries. Okay, that's ready. What's next? Now I need to set some environment variable so I don't have to write down every time where the socket is, what kind of, what's the network ID that I use. So I'll just copy and paste. That's done. That's it. Cool. Next step 5, we need to get the configuration file for CentralNet. All right, How do I do it? How do I do that? I just copy and paste, and it's done.
Boom.
Okay, it's clear. What do I have there? I have all the config files that I need. Awesome. What's the next step? So the next step here, it shows how to create a wallet, but I'm not done with the node. I got my minimum environment variables, but I want to create a node. I want a relay, right? I don't want a stake pool yet. So I want to create a relay node. And here under stake pool, I have create a relay node. All right, let's go see this. Click. So what do we have? I need an executable. I need to create an executable, and the command here under, it just does that for you. All right, let's try it. Copy, paste. Okay, so now I'm back in my home directory. If I ls and see, I have startnode.sh. That wasn't there
Oh
before.
yes.
Okay, let's see what's in there. Startnode.sh, and I got all my parameters to start my node. And the file directory that I need, where my topology file is, my config, the database path, everything that I need. Cool, that's done. All right, what's next? I scroll down. I need to create a service, a Linux service, so that when I'm not there, when my terminal is closed, it's going to it's still going to run in the background if my instance is still open. Again, you can run it from there. You can stop it from there. I like to have it as a service, so it just runs in the background and you can do your things on the foreground, like running a, build a transaction, all that stuff. Your node is running in the background. So let's do that. Okay, how do I do it? Well, I just copy and paste. This is going to create a file that's going to act as your service file. All right, copy, paste. That's it. All right, it's done. Now I need to do a daemon reload, and I need to enable it to make sure that when I leave or if my instance restart, it's going to run the node automatically. So that is step 3, copy, paste. And there you go. That's done. As simple as that. All right, what's next? Topology file, I don't have to correct it because it's already the right one. So we could just skip that.
Mm.
But if you still want to do it, it's just going to erase the old one and create this one, which is literally the same thing. So I could technically remove that, but I like to have it because of, I don't know, because it's there. If somebody uses something else or make a mistake, it's going to fix it.
Okay.
Sorry. So what's next? We start the node. All right. How do you start the node? Then, well, the command is here. Okay, copy, paste. Let's try this. All right. Is my node running? I don't know. Well, let's go see it. Journal ctl-u. Let's see if my node is running. And it is running. Well, congratulations. We made a node. I don't know how much time it took, but it was pretty fast. So now we have a node. Now it's synchronizing with the essential blockchain as we speak, in synchronizing. Um, the things I had installed before is a little monitor. That's not part of the tutorial because this monitor has been built by the guild operator. So I was kind of wondering if I should like make some form of pre-build config files. I'm gonna have to check with them. Uh, but anyway, uh, so if I look as we speak, you see we are on CentroNet. We run the latest node, and we are synchronizing. Right now, we're synchronized at 0.6%. Nice. But I'm going to stop the
Yep.
node now because I don't want to wait 45 minutes with you for all that database to synchronize because that's pretty much what it takes. I already have the full database on this instance for the example, which is nice. So I'll just do a step that we don't have to do normally. I will remove the actual database, okay? And I will replace it with the one I have in backup. So we'll just not copy. I'll move it. Database into where's the button from? Central source, and that's it. There you go. Now I have the right database there. So if I do a sudo systemctl again, restart my central node, then you will see that it is synchronized because I have the full database already downloaded. All right. So now we have a full node ready to use, synchronized, that can use every single CLI command. Yay! Now we can do everything we want. We can build a wallet, we can be a DREP, we can practice, we can do whatever. You have it right there, and it's ready to use. Cool. What time is it? Do we have time? We do have time.
Yes.
It didn't take so long. You see, like copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, pretty much. But you have to follow the steps, right? There's some stuff to read, but it's pretty damn simple right now. Okay. Well, I mean, the steps are simple. Not necessarily what's in it, but I'm trying to sum it down. All right, we have a node. So what do? We can create a wallet. Okay. How do we do that? Well, here you see there's a key directory that has been created as the initial environment. So if I go into my keys directory, there's nothing in it. But we can create keys. If we scroll up here, again, the table of content. What do I want to do? I want to create a wallet from the CLI. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Create your payment key. All right, I want my payment key. Copy, paste. Cool. I need my stake key. All right, I want to create my stake key to interact with my stake address. Copy, paste. Build your address. I don't have one right now, so it's going to use my payment keys and my stake key to build an address. Copy, paste. And now I need to build my stake address that I'm going to use sometimes to verify if I have some reward from my stake pool. All right, copy, paste. And I got all my keys. So if I clear that, make it pretty, I list, I got all my keys, all the address I need. So now if I want some money on CentroNet, you can reach out to me and I'll just send you some. But to send you some, you need to see the content of payment.addr, your address. So let's see the content of payment.address. And you got your address here. So you copy this, paste it, send it to me. I'll send you some money. Because right now, that address, CLI Conway, if you query the UTXO from that address, I want the content of my payment.addr. There is nothing because I haven't sent money to that address. It's a brand new one. But fortunately for us, in my backup file, I have my key directory. So what I can do, I can just go back and I will remove this actual key directory and use my backup for the sake of the example.
So import keys, right? Well, you're going to back, but you're bringing it different. You're doing it different than an import because you're bringing in a backup file, right?
Yeah, no, these are different keys that already has that are already linked to an address that has money in it. Or else I would have to create a transaction to send money to that wallet, and I just figured it was too long to do that. So I pre-send some money into that wallet that I'm going to use for the example. But normally what you do, you copy paste the address of the wallet you just created, you give it to me so I can send you some fake ADA
Right.
on CentroNet for you to use for different purposes. You need some money. So if I move the
Okay.
keys into my Well, actually, I just have to send it there. And if I go there and I have my keys directory right here with, again, all the keys that I had. And if I query again my UTXO, I got money in this one. All right, how much do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 10,000 ADA in that wallet. Cool. Now we can do anything. We can create a DREP. We can be a DREP. We can participate to the Centronet if you want to. Um, and also we can switch that into a stake pool. We could do that too. The very same way. As easy as it is. Now we have a relay. We can convert it into a stake pool if we want to. You can just go to create a block producer node. And the commands are very similar. Actually, it's going to create an executable file, but the only difference between the one we have and this new one is that there's 3 new parameters there. We need to provide a KES key, a VRF key, and an operational certificate. That's the only difference. If you start your node providing these parameters, it is now a block producer by default. And the only,
Okay.
yeah, as simple as that. And the only thing you need to provide to show to everyone participating to the blockchain that you are a stake pool is a stake pool certificate. So within a transaction, you will have to do a stake pool certificate. How do I do that? I don't know. Let's go to the table of content. Register your stake pool. Okay, that sounds like something I can do. And in this little tutorial, you can see how to do your metadata. It doesn't tell you how to host it. You have to host it somewhere, GitHub, probably. It tells you how to hash that metadata in order to create your pool registration. But this is not required.
Cool.
This is not required. If I wanted to, I could just copy, paste, and remove. Let's say I want to be, that's the example I gave the other day. I want to be like I'm on SanchoNet. I don't want to be identified. I'm bad actor. I don't know. You don't need to provide metadata. So I'll remove that. Do you need to provide stake pool relay? We used to, because people were relying on those public relays to connect to your node and, you know, properly propagate the block that you produce if you produce block. But now with the peer-to-peer mechanism, this is not necessarily required. It helps. It really helps. But now with the peer sharing, you can share the IP address of your peer. So you can also have private relays. Could be useful. On CentroNet, we can do that as well.
Oh,
If not, you just provide the IP address of a relay you've built. What is a relay? It's a normal node. It's just a normal node. But now I want to create a stake pool that is very unsafe and open to everyone. Don't do this at home on mainnet, but so I'm going to not mention any public relay.
okay.
So
That
by
answers
do
the question that I could ask. Anyway.
yeah, by doing that, nobody will connect to your node normally. But if you use the peer-to-peer and the peer sharing directly from your block producer, not a good idea. But let's say we do this, it's going to work. It's going to connect to other peer, but it's also going to share its own IP, even though it's a block producer. So, like, yeah, it is a terrible thing to do on mainnet. But again, on CentroNet, it's fine. It's fine. If
Right.
somebody hack you, we'll just remove delegation and you can just spin a new one. And it's no big deal. It is no big deal. So, okay, what does it say? It's the same thing as a normal pool. The very same thing on mainnet. You need to provide a pledge. Okay, so the pledge is 9,000. All right. Minimum pool cost. a margin. It's the very same thing. Very same thing on mainnet, right? So if I look at pool.pm, for example, and you select any pool, so let's go with able. It's just a random one that I choose. You
Mm-hmm.
see, you see the fixed cost. That's the pool cost here. It's 178. 0% margin could be zero, but it's CentralNet. I mean, it's CentralNet. We're all thieves and bad guys, right? So let's put that to 100. 0.05 is 5%. So the margin would be 5%, but I want it to be 100. So I'll just put 1. That's fine. Let's do it like this. And the pool reward account is the stake key. The owner is our stake key as well. Cool. Enter. That's it. The certification is done. Now I just need to transmit it to the mainnet. Well, not to the mainnet, to transmit it on chain, right? I need to build a transaction. How do I do that? Well, okay, it's written right there. Okay, build a
Submit the
transaction,
certificate.
build the transaction, submit the certificate on chain. Okay, copy, paste. I don't know if it's good, probably. Oh, it looks like it works. Awesome. Because the command gives the exact same name than your pool cert. So it includes it into a transaction. One transaction in, your wallet, one transaction out, your wallet, you're transacting back to yourself just to submit a certificate. That's done. Okay, now what do? We sign it with our pool key, our stake key, and our payment key. Copy, paste. That's done. And what's next? We submit it on chain, copy, paste. And there you go. You have a stake pool registered on CentralNet. Bravo.
Easy.
Well, I mean, like it's more simple than other tutorials. I think. I hope that it is simple enough. I can't really go more simpler than that, to be honest. But hey,
Right. Right.
now is it on chain? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Cardano CLI Conway. Let's query it. Query stake pools. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's all the pools on CentralNet. All right, cool, cool. Which one is mine? I don't know. I don't know. Get your stake
Mm,
pool ID. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Okay, let's do that. Copy, paste. Oh, code verification key file. Oh, I have a. Interesting. Let me check that. Code verification key file. Do I have a typo in there? I should have a typo. Did you mean this? Do you see a typo in there?
code verification for key file. Um, let's see. Stake pool verification.
Oh, no, no, look at that. There's two break lines. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna have to fix that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
okay. Ah, yeah. Okay. I didn't see this one. Yeah, we'll just take it off. My bad. I'm sorry. There you go. Now it should work. Ah, those typos. Okay. So now the name of the file is pool.id. Okay, so my pool ID is inside of a file, right? So if I go back to there, is my pool listed there? So I'll just cat and see what's the content of my pool.id. And now I see that this is my pool ID. Do you see it on the list? Do you see it?
Let me see. Yeah, that's the one.
So now your stake pool is registered on chain for everyone to delegate to you. Does that mean you're going to get delegation? Probably not. I don't know. But if you ask Mike, well, maybe I can send some money to the commoners. No, just kidding. But if you if you create a stake pool, of course I'm gonna give you some delegation, man. That's for that's for sure. You've been there since like, dude, you're always there. But anyway, if you want to do
Yeah,
it,
thank you.
I made it like really easier now. You just copy paste, copy paste. But if you have any questions, I'll you know I'll answer it. I'll tell you what to copy paste. Um, that's it. Now we have a pool. We have a stake pool running. Everything is we just followed this. So what else can we do, right? If we wanted to, if we wanted to, but we're not going to do that today. But if we wanted to, we could be now part of the control committee. So if you do that on SanchoNet, we can go through each one of these steps by using the same tutorial. Yeah, because all those commands are accessible on that tutorial. Constitutional Committee Consortium. Look at that. Click. And now we can, well, of course, you have to install Nix. I didn't cover that part because I thought it was just like a boring thing, and some people already have Nix. But let's say you have Nix, right? It's we can start it from
Right.
here. We can start it from here. Every single thing we need to do, create the credential, convert them, and we can go together through all of those scrolls one by one. And I could play the character with the wig, but this is something we're gonna do like next time with more people, with Van, with all those guys, so we can all in our own little instance create our personal keys and play our specific roles. That would be nice. We could just go down to the voting part and we'll vote, and then we'll know everything there is to know about how to be a control committee member if you want to.
Okay. Yeah, I do. I do. We should do that because I think people are waiting for us to do that as well.
Yep. So that being said, we're officially starting next week on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday next week. There's going to be a EU, European time zone presentation. Also, I'm doing one in French before that
Mhm.
for the people from RDC, République démocratique du Congo, and also another one at 8, Tuesday, not Thursday, Tuesday. So if you're here at 8 with some of with some more of our friends, we're going to be doing exactly that. So maybe some going
Okay, I'll
to
be
need
there.
to catch up, but actually this video here that we've done, I will record it, I will post it, and I will say, hey guys, if you want to just go ahead, if you want us to move forward with this infographic that I just made, do that. Just do what we did there, copy paste, just get a node ready. It doesn't have to be a stake pool. Get a node ready, get your wallet ready, and then we'll break it down one step at a time. All right?
Yes, and should I do that? Okay, I'll talk to Sevens. Let me talk to Sevens, and he'll get my node ready. If not, I'll spin one up on Google,
I'll
like how
have
we do before.
I'll have the recording ready, and you'll have the link. You'll have everything you need. If you have any questions, Sevens can help you as well. You can, if you do it on Google, it's literally like I think it's $25 per month. Just grab the basic one, like the one they proposed to you at first. 4 gigs of RAM, Just the bare minimum 30 gigs of memory, 40, it's fine. It's fine for what we do here because you're not compiling the node. You just grab the binaries already built and it's CentralNet, right? You grab the binaries already built and you extract them like a compressed file so that you can use those commands and get to learn them in an easy way with your own environment, but you can still interact with other people on CentralNet. So that's the cool part. Yeah, so that's
Yes.
it for today.
Okay.
I just broke it
Okay,
down real
everybody.
quick. Yeah. Okay, everybody. So yeah, that's it for this one.